All right, lessons are being learned very quickly.
Hello goat lovers, this is Crystal with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats. What started with 4 chickens and 2 goats quickly grew into a lifestyle. So we moved, got more land, and of course, more goats. Follow our adventures as we grow our herd, our food, and our family. Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and we have still been super dry, have not been getting any rain. Now the forecast has said between 40 and 60% chance of rain for the last few days, and it just keeps dancing around us. We got a couple sprinkles, but nothing you could even pour out of the rain gauge. So we have gotten quite a bit of a cool down, so it's a high of 85 today, so that's appreciated, but we're still hoping for rain. Either way, life does go on, and we got a big day for these doelings. We're actually going to get them coppered, trim their hooves, give them their selenium, and check to see if they need wormed, and train them on the electric fence. So let's get going. Come here, baby. Come on, girl. Come on. Cutie. First up, we got pretty little Maybelline here, and it's her first time on the stand. And when we get them on the stand, we want to make sure we give them a treat so that they know they're going to get something yummy anytime they go on the stand. So let's see how she does. Come on, sweetie. Oh, there you go. Wasn't so bad. Is there some leftover scratch from them big girls? Yummy. Okay, so when the kids are 6 months old, that's when I give them their first copper. Now it's just a bolus. It's a little pill, and there are smaller ones, copper bolus pills, for the young kids. So they get the smaller one, and what is it called? These ones are 2 grams. So they're the smaller one. It is a needed supplement that they actually have to not only be able to be bred well, but be healthy. So I also use this bolus gun. Now this is where I'm going to put the pill into this gun here with some peanut butter. You can use ProBios if you choose, but they're expensive and they don't really get much of it out. So I like to use peanut butter. Just something to help this little pill stick in there is all you're after. Alright, we're going to put the pill there. Now this is going to go in the back of their throat. You got to wait till they open their throat, and then you're going to punch this gun down. It's going to punch the pill down in their throat so that it'll go down into their stomach and lodge into the stomach. And it's a slower release that way. So you can feed them. Some people put it in a Fig Newton and you can feed them that way, but it just doesn't have as long of an effect for them. So doing it this way, about every 6 months we have to do it, so it works really well. And this is her first time getting bolused, of course, so she's not going to like it. None of them do. I'm just going to hold her mouth open. Come here, girl. You got to wait for it, feel for it, for their throat to open, because they fight it for a while. Come here, girl. Oh, there we go. Open up. And you get peanut butter. Is that good? Just like that. That wasn't bad. She did that really well. You did that really good. Yeah. Make sure that the pill is not in there. So she took it. She's good to go. All right, so again, the purpose of using the bolus gun when you copper is you want that pill to get to the bottom chamber. They have 4 stomach chambers, and if it gets to the bottom of the chamber, which the pill is heavy enough to do so, if it goes down their throat, then it's going to, all those copper rods will lodge into their stomach lining and give that slow release of the copper like you're looking for. So again, just feeding it to them, it might last a couple months, but they're going to regurgitate that pill because it's not going to lodge into this bottom chamber or anything, and they're going to regurgitate it. It's just not going to have that lasting effect that you want. So next up is the selenium and vitamin E paste. The selenium is also a very, very important supplement for the health of the goat. The vitamin E just helps absorb that selenium for them. So that's why it's always added into the paste. Now, the dose is going to be for standard size goats on the selenium, and it is 2 mils for a newborn or 4 for a adult. So I am going to give her no more than 2, and you just twist this little knob here and it gives you the gauge. So this one's super easy. Just make sure you get it in the back of the throat, punch it down, spin it around. There you go. And it smells good, so it's not a bad taste for them. So I did say put this in the back of the throat. I meant back of the mouth, just far enough back there that they're not going to spit it out. And as far as I give the newborn dose, simply because again this dosage is for standard size goats, the really large ones, and I have minis, so that's all they need. So now I am going to check for any external parasites and the color of eyelids to see if they need wormed. And she is looking good. She's all good. Pretty girl. Okay, no parasites, external. Now, when you're checking, it's called Famantia, but you can pull the eyelid down like that, but if you push the eye in just barely, you can see that pop out like that. That should be a nice rosy color, which it is. It looks really pretty. She does not need wormed. And that's how you check Famantia, guys, but make sure you don't push the eye in too far. Just barely pushing that eye in will pop that lid out for you so you can get a good view of the color. Your little hoovies aren't too bad, girl. They look good. So, as I mentioned, I did give you guys a little sneak peek for 2 of the does that were who were breeding to 2 of the does. Maybelline is going to get bred to Vader. Vader is a son of Val. Now, when we bought Val, we were really excited because of who she was bred to. She was already pregnant, and she was bred to Sycamore Justify. Now that buck just has amazing, amazing lines behind him. So, really, honestly, all I was hoping out of Val was just Vader. I just wanted a buck out of her really, really bad. And we got him. So, Justified, Vader's daddy, has a grandpa in his lines. Woodbridge Farms Understated. He is an amazing buck. He is not only a double plus B buck, which means, if you guys follow, I've explained it before, but to get a plus, you have to have at least 3 daughters from 3 different dams that have earned their milk star. And he has 2 pluses, meaning at least 6. But you can't get more than 2 pluses, so who knows, it could be more. So awesome daughters that he's throwing, for one, really milky lines. And the background pedigree is just riddled with milk stars and milk pluses and all of that. So just amazing, amazing lines, dairy herd lines. So really excited about that. And on top of that, he sired a daughter that sold at the ADGA Colorama auction for $16,100. That is crazy, right? Up next is Pretty Dreamer. Are you gonna go in the stand good? Let's see how you do, girl. What is that? Oh, put your head in there. It's all right. It's okay. There we go. Let me get you a treat, sweetie. Here, look. Yummy. The stand is good, girl. So I'm gonna do the same thing for all of them. They're all gonna get copper, they're all gonna get selenium, they're all gonna get their hooves trimmed and potentially wormed. But again, I'll just check them before to see if they need wormed. Can I have your little head for a second? Do that up. All right, let me see. Open up, girl. There we go. Good job. You girls are doing better than the big girls. This tastes like butterscotch. I can smell it. You should like it. Yum. Let me see. Looks good and rosy. You're good. Now let me check for parasites. You girls are looking good. Not too bad, girl. It's nice to have good feet on your goats. Big time. So, Dreamer here is another doe that I told you guys who we were breeding to, and she's gonna get Vader as well. So as explaining, Understated, and how awesome of a buck he is that's in Vader's lines. Understated's dam is amazing. His mom is also a really, really outstanding doe. I'd have, man, to have even one goat that looks that beautiful would be amazing. But she is the only Nigerian dwarf goat who has won 2 times at the ADGA Nationals, which the Nationals are just, they're the Nationals. They're where all of the most beautiful goats go, and there's a lot of them, a lot of competition. And to get a champion win 1 time with your animal is just, it's the best of the best, right? But twice, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna put a picture up of what this doe looks like, because she is just outstanding. It's what we should all be striving for, to have our does look like, for sure. Now it's Miss Vogue's turn. This little girl is ornery. She's kind of a stinker. Let's see how she does. But she's so cute. Okay, so she did really good. Not so bad. Need your treat. Here, girl. Not my finger. Here, here, here. Come in there, girl. Oh my goodness. That was not bad. That was all it was. Alright, this one's not nearly as bad as that. Here, open. There you go. Alright, let me see, girl. Stand still. Looks good and rosy. No parasites. You guys aren't gonna believe it, but it's kind of sprinkling a little. Like a little. Now this here is Miss Vogue. She is a really, really beautiful doe. I'm very excited about this one as well. So, as I mentioned, all we were looking for is, out of Val, was just a buck, who we got Vader. Well, she is another doe that Val gave us. So, of course we had to keep her because of those lines. So everything I was telling you about Vader's lines carries through in this little doe here also. So super excited about that. You guys know I've been going back and forth. I really, really want to breed Vogue here. And I think I could, and she'd be just fine. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to. Goats are really vicious, so they're mean girls. And if we separate her, I'm not going to be able to keep her with Maybelline and Dreamer, simply because I'm breeding her brother to them. So if I did breed her, then I would have to put her with an older doe, and she's gonna break the bond that she has with these young girls. So I'll be putting her with an older doe or 2 or 3 or whatever. They're not going to bond with her because they're meanies, because she's younger, she'll be the underdog. And on top of that, when we put them all back together after breeding, after a couple of months, she'll no longer be bonded with the young does either. So she'll kind of just be an outcast all around, and I just don't want that for her. So as much as I would love, love, love to see an udder on these lines, I'm gonna wait another year so that she doesn't break any bonds. So next up is Venus, and this is Vogue and Vader's sister. She's a cutie. All right, girl, ready? It's all right. Look what's in here. Oh, you're just stuck. See? Okay. It's all right. Girl. All right. My goodness, that was drama. Okay, girl. Here. You are just dramatic. What's going on? Nice and rosy. Looking good. So Miss Venus here, as I mentioned, is the sister of Vader and Vogue, and she has all those amazing lines in her too, which is really, really cool. So this little girl here was the smallest. Again, we were just expecting one kid out of Val, and because she just wasn't big. So all of the kids that she had 4, and the last one actually didn't make it because she was so little. But this girl here wasn't much bigger than her. I mean, the size of these, like just tiny. So I knew darn well she would not be ready to be bred. So that's not a real big shocker that we're not going to be breeding this girl. She's just not going to be ready. This here is Little Miss Made It. She is starting to look so beautiful, gaining weight and just really healthy looking. She's gorgeous. All right, let's see, little girl. Move your little footsie. Go in there. There we go. Looky. Want a treat? All right, let's see how you, well, so far not that great. Come here. Kind of need your mouth, kiddo. Ready? Come on, girl. Stop fighting it. There we go. Good job. Good job. The pill's still right here. That's never happened before. Come here, baby. Open. Open. No, let me back there. It's all right. That was not a success. No, we gotta do it again. Sorry, girl. Come here. Open up, kid. Come on. Well, we tried that 3 times with no success. She should be quite a bit bigger than she is, so I'm thinking maybe her throat's too small. And she's looking really shiny, healthy. Her black is really black, so I know she's not deficient in copper at this point in time. So I'm gonna give her a little while. Can't seem to get this down her throat, so we'll just give her a bit. Now you're not gonna get out of this one, okay? That's good, that's good, that's good. Let's check, yeah. Now this girl is not the rosy pink I want to see. She's gonna get a shot of ivermectin. Nothing external. But if you guys see, do you see how shiny, I hope you guys can see it, but how shiny and black her coat is? Sign of copper deficiency is that will start turning almost a red color. They're just not shiny. Their hair's real rough and coarse. So again, I'm not too worried about not being able to give her the copper just yet. She's very healthy. So the wormer that I use, I've had really good success with it. It kills external parasites and most internal parasites very quickly. I will say though, because a lot of people ask what's the wormer I should use and how should I use it. I do, again, ivermectin has been really good for it, but that's in my climate. So I can't really speak to everybody else's climate. I know a lot of people in all kinds of climates use ivermectin and swear by it, whether it's orally or injectable. I never give orally, but again, up to you. What's your preference? What works for your herd? So I did just want to mention that because so many people ask. The dosage, I go off of the swine, which is 1 cc for 75 pounds. So for the kids, they get like nothing. This size, they're really not going to get much at all. And it is sub-Q. Just meaning under the skin. You're not going to put it in their muscle. Just clean the area real good. Now it kind of burns them. So if they scream with this, it's normal. It's not the most pleasant shot. I know, just rub it in. You're okay. And they don't all take it. She's very dramatic, this one apparently. It's okay. No, really, most of them do not take it that bad, but she's being dramatic. I know, it's good. I almost forgot to trim her hoof. She got so mad at me there. So, Lil made it. And the reason she's got the name Made It is because she kind of barely made it. She had a setback when she was very young and then just kind of got off of her food, so she wouldn't take a bottle very well. She lost a lot of weight, so if they even go a short period when they're newborns without taking a bottle well, it can really put them back, just losing weight quickly since they don't have much weight there anyway. So that is this little girl's story, but we stuck with her and nurtured her back, and she's doing really well now. On the up and up for sure. So obviously we knew we weren't going to be breeding her. We weren't intending on keeping her. She was a doe that was going to be sold just because you can't keep them all, not because there was anything wrong with her, but you know, whatever happened. So now we have little Made It, and she would be a third generation from May, and then Maddie is her mom, and now she's 3 generations, which we love to keep generations just to see in the lines exactly, just showing the good qualities go through the lines. So having generations is a good thing. So we're all done with that task. So 5 of the goats down, that's awesome. So now we're gonna get them trained over there on the electric fence. See how this goes.
So this is the doeling's first interaction with the electric fence, and for the first time there's some things you want to remember. You want to make sure that your solar panel is fully charged. It's been really dry here, so I soaked the ground all around where the wire is, so it's really wet on the ground. The thing is you want the does to get a good shock. It's for their own good. When they touch the fence, if it bites them the first few times, they will learn to respect the fence, and they will have a good life grazing with all the does in the herd, and that's what we're after here. Oh no. Oh no. Don't touch it, Ma.
Oh no, girl. Oh no, girl.
All right, lessons are being learned very quickly. The fence is still good?
Yeah.
It's loose, but yeah, still good. Don't do it, Maybelline, don't do it. Don't do it, Maybelline, don't do it. Don't do it, girls. Don't do it. Don't do it, girls. Don't do it.
Oh. Girl. Oh. Girl.
Okay, they're back in. The fence is fixed. That is the worst that has ever gone.
That was bad.
The worst that has ever gone. I've never had them repeatedly jump out like that. I chose the wire fencing because it's just cheaper than the netting. But the other thing with the netting, you know, if you just paid $150 for that roll of netting, they just ruined it. They just ruined it, and maybe even got hurt. Got stuck in it. So if you know, that's my choice for the wire. I know a lot of folks use the netting with success. And again, I chose the wire initially because it's just cheaper. And I've been accused of being cheap. And but man, they just would have ruined that netting.
Well, it's better with us in here.
Yeah.
Here goes made it. She's the only one.
Oh, she got it.
She did get it pretty good?
Yeah.
That was some chaos.
Yes. They're all just walking in.
That was bad. We had to...
Never seen that before. They just kept doing it over and over and over again. Usually doesn't go that way.
We put the fence over here today because there's absolutely nothing for them to eat over there by their pen. And I want them to associate the electric fence with food, with grazing. So that's why they're over here.
You okay? You okay?
Don't do it, Vogue. Don't do it. No. Yeah, eat the grass. A tasty bean. With any luck, they're calming down. The real test will be when we walk away. But they gotta learn. And since I didn't buy the netting and I buy the wire, like they're not gonna break it. I just tie it back together again. But maybe you can do that with the netting, although it looks more difficult. But no matter what, if they, you know, I'm just gonna keep putting them in there until they respect it. They definitely know it hurts.
All right, so these girls are starting to get the hint that this fence is hot and it bites and they don't want to be by it. So we're making some progress. So throughout the week, we are going to be bringing them over here in the morning, and they got shade and so forth and water and everything. And then we're going to run them back in the evening so that they're in their pen. But this is where they're going to be getting trained. So hopefully in the next week, I'm thinking in another day or two, they're probably not going to test it much anymore. But we've also never seen the craziness that they did when we first put them in here. So we'll just have to see, and we'll keep you guys posted. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.